afternoon will begin. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for being willing to be pulled away from your class or classes. Today we're here like we were last week for the high school to celebrate the JAG Excellence, or to hand out and celebrate excellence within our community. And we'll do that through presenting students in grades 7 and 8 with JAG Excellence Awards. And we're incredibly happy to have you here in the theater. We're spread out safely, 7th grade and 8th grade here together. We're wanting to do it in person as much as we can. It was too much to have 6th grade here as well, and so they'll have a separate award ceremony. And what we'll do today is we'll hear from teachers over at the side. They've kindly volunteered to recognize the students who've shown excellence. And as you're listening, listen to the ways in which the students are being recognized for the demonstration of our core values. At ISD, you know that we value creativity, open-mindedness, responsibility, excellence across all of those ways. And our guiding statements also speak to excellence in terms of academics, in terms of athletics, in terms of activities, leadership, and also getting involved in service. This year has been a little bit different in terms of our access to some of those things. We haven't been able to engage in activities, for example, or athletics the same as we did in past years. And at the same time, there's still things that you've done that we want to recognize. So please give your attention to the teachers that are speaking, and please, if you would, recognize very well the students who are presented in front of you today, as they truly do represent the best of our community. Please keep in mind that we are a community, and the success that we're celebrating as individual today is also a reflection of us. Our classmates do well because of who we are in class. And so the people who are being recognized is not just because of them, it is because of you as a middle school community. And please keep in mind that it's also a reflection of our staff, our teachers. The excellence you display as students, you're responsible for most of it. The excellence we have is a function of our teachers as well, of your parents as well. And so please keep that in mind. First, we'll hear from Mr. Michael Martridge.
Excellence as a student doesn't just come from following the rules and producing work your teacher expects. It involves a unique personality, curiosity, integrity, and humility. It involves understanding the rules, but also questioning them. And it involves taking risks with your lessons and assignments with the intention of seeing where these risks might lead you, opening up opportunities to transcend even the highest of teacher expectations. It's, if you will, a lifestyle that follows you inside the classroom as well as beyond the walls of the school. And this particular student fits this description. This is because the student is in search of struggle of learning, and this is key. While many may consider living the best life as one that is easy or comfortable, or we often think of struggling with negative connotations, struggling is actually a condition of life, where there is beauty and meaning in working for a cause, for what is right, for uncovering what is hidden, for never settling for the status quo. And if this weren't enough to make the student stand out for him, it's actually not about standing out. He never seeks the spotlight, but he does have a sense for what others, like myself, when we are down and out in our own struggles. Now, you have demonstrated nothing but excellence this school year, and it's time you have your own moment to stand out, and I'm more than happy to be the one presenting you with this recognition.
Good afternoon. Wilt Chamberlain, Carly Lloyd, Lenny Dykstra, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Reggie White, Moses Malone, Jack Haugen. All famous Philadelphia athletes, all, except maybe Jack, have also been booed by Philadelphia fans. Such is the fate of those who take the arena. That, of course, is neither here nor there. We're here to discuss Jack Haugen. It'd be easy to stand up here as the athletic director and talk about Jack's excellence in the world of sport. It's easy because he demonstrates this excellence every time he steps on the field or the court. It's easy because he plays the game the right way. He plays with enthusiasm, with 100% conviction, and with class. It'd be easy to talk about how he was immediately drafted into the high school softball team as a 7th grader. And it'd be easy to talk about his devotion to Philadelphia area sports, but no, we're not going to talk about that. But Jack isn't just sports. Jack's teachers have recognized that he embodies all of the core values that ISD espouses. Open-mindedness, check. Creativity, well-roundedness, check and check. Leadership, absolutely. The willingness to pursue his talents and passions, absolutely. And responsibility, I see it every day. In addition to all those criteria, Jack embodies something that escapes many students his age: empathy. Jack and I frequently catch up about school, about sports, and about life in general. And he always stops to consider and discuss the feelings, the struggles, the successes, and just the thought processes of others. Jack feels things. It isn't easy to be a middle schooler. For a young man who moved with his family across the ocean, thousands of miles away from the mediocrity of Philadelphia sports, the challenge is real. No baseball, no football, no cheesesteaks. But Jack hasn't let that dictate his time in Dakar. He embraces challenges. He faces them head on. In a sense, Jack has thrived here in Dakar. Without the hours committed to competitive baseball, Jack has blossomed as an artist, selling his art to raise funds for those in need. He's grown as a footballer in a country that has produced world-renowned talents like Sadio Mane and El Hadji Diouf. Jack, I sincerely hope that you continue to embrace the challenges, as well as the beauty, the culture, the community, the food, the environment of living in Senegal. So far from your beloved Phillies, Eagles, and Sixers. Philadelphia sports will always be there, good, bad, or ugly. But your time in Senegal is limited. Leave this community changed by your presence, and never stop giving it 100%. Jack Haugen, come on down and collect this jacket.
Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mr. Burke. The first word that comes to mind when I think about Jia Choi is integrity. Integrity can be defined as being implicitly honest, having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. It can also be having extremely high standards for whatever it is that you choose to do, along with the determination to never lower those standards. Jia is without a doubt a student of the highest level of integrity. From my own classroom, I can give numerous examples of Jia exhibiting this quality. When I posted one of Jia's recent summative grades to manage back, I made an error in her favour, awarding her with 8s across multiple academic standards. Within an hour of posting the grades, I received an email from Jia explaining that she was worried that I'd made a mistake and that her grades on manage back were higher than the grades she received on her rubric for the assessment task. That is integrity. On another occasion, when I confessed to Jia that her academic performance in grade 7 would have little to no bearing on her ability to get accepted into the university or college of her dreams, Jia looked at me quizzically, if not a little suspiciously, and told me that she would still put in 100% no matter what. That's integrity. When I asked Gia's teacher to share a few words about her, here were some of the standout quotes. From Ms. Lennon, Gia is a kind-hearted and conscientious student who takes care in her learning as well as the learning of others. From Ms. Riley, Gia is so focused on her art. Her attention to details and patience are superb. Her pencil drawing, charcoal and value portrait were of the highest quality. Ms. Utram, Gia is often the first to begin a task, researches her work extensively, and presents her ideas in detail. She takes pride in her work, and she's a great role model to her peers. And from Mr. Matthews, Gia comes across initially as being shy and reserved, but as you get to know her, you realise the awesome character that she is. She looks out for her friends, she takes the time to listen, and she cares for those close to her. She rocks. Gia, for your integrity, along with the countless other qualities you possess, it gives me great pride to present you this award.
I'm very pleased and proud to be here today in behalf of the ISD teachers to present these students with the Jack Excellent Award. And this award is for you, Luana. We all agree on the fact that you had all the qualities required to receive this Excellence Award, as we believe that you are a great example for other students. According to your teacher, you're hardworking, creative, focused, open-minded, empathetic, an athlete, a good leader, and such a mature student. Speaking for myself, in French, you really impressed me. You joined ISD this year, or last year, not knowing any French. But you absorb information at an incredible pace. And you are able to reuse this information in any context. Your written and oral French skills are now very impressive in only a few months. Not surprising maybe for someone who is a polyglot, a multilingual student. Indeed, you speak fluently English, Portuguese, Norwegian, Spanish, and now almost French. We all wish we were as gifted as you are to learn languages. Life will be so much easier. Luana, your teachers and myself praise your engagement during classes, the fact that you ask questions and participate in discussions. You are such a great motivating student for your peers. In class, you're always ready to work with students who do not always have it easy, and you're always a great support for them. You're also ready to volunteer for tasks or helping other new students to adjust to ISD. You're always nice and kind to others. Not surprising, coming from a family with 5 siblings. Luana, you're also a great athlete and an outstanding swimmer. Perseverance and endurance are definitely two of your strengths. I wanted to find something for you to remember even more this day. And my present to you is a map. It is a cork map. And maybe, hopefully, you will be able to find a little space in your room and pin on it all the countries that you visited and all the countries where you could go because you speak the languages. I want this map to inspire you. Just a message to tell you that the world is yours. You can achieve anything you want if you set your mind into it. Luana, congratulations from all of us for your great achievements and for being such a great example for your peers and an inspiring element of ISD. All the ISD teachers to give you this Jack Excellent Award that you deserve so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Miss J, and today it's my honor to present an award for JAG Excellence to the next student. She embodies the purpose of ISD's core principles of creativity, open-mindedness, responsibility, and excellence. While she may be shy to show off her ideas, she always thinks of creative ways to improve, to include others, and to find joy. For myself, I am waiting for the day she redesigns the calendar, but I want to note that she does not have to name a month after me, okay? She is firm in her beliefs, but she endeavors to be open-minded and respectful of the beliefs of others. She is a keen and empathetic listener, trying to understand the world not just through her own eyes, but of the people around her. She is unerringly respectful of her teachers and peers. She is soft-spoken, but is becoming assertive in her defense of others and in advocating for herself. She shows responsibility for her own actions and towards her family and her community. For me, excellence is found in striving to do better and in the service we give to others. This is what this student does, and I know will continue to do. While her name has several meanings, for me, it reminds me of the friendship and open heart she shares with all. This JAG Excellence Award goes to Habiba Mohammed.
We are going to move on to the 8th grade. Today, oh, by the way, sorry, I'm Miss Carr. Hi. You 7th graders, you're going to know me real well next year. Team leader. Hi. Okay. Today is a celebration of student excellence and representing the ISD community. And this is a student who has been a Jaguar for nearly her whole academic career, an expert in the values that we hold dear. Now, I'm not saying that longevity is what has earned this student the nomination, but it hasn't hurt. Layla has been nominated for a host of reasons, not only for being a determined and reliable leader, but also a kind one. She She has had a lifetime of welcoming students onto our campus and encouraging them to engage with ISD and the larger Senegalese community for all the connectivity, tradition, and laughter that it has to offer. In her 8th grade year, she has continued to do this with aplomb. In her grade, Layla stands out not only as a student whose engagement is strong, but also as a person whose personal growth and inquiry is of paramount importance to her. Social justice motivates Layla, and as we dig into topics of identity, representation, and perspective, she does not have to stretch far to see the value in others' experiences. She has shown a passionate interest in communities other than her own, finding connection and humanity in places and populations that at first glance may seem vastly different. For this desire and ability to connect to people and lead when she is able, we honor Layla.
Often we associate intensity with something or someone that is loud and upfront. Less often, we associate it with quiet or gentleness. But there have been many times in my grade 8 class that I have looked over the students and paused for a moment on one person just sitting there quietly, but with an attentiveness that is both welcoming and seeking. Yes, there is a seriousness, a desire to take in all the information and ideas to do her very best. But there is also a playfulness, as she is quick to laugh, or to take in the joy and awe at a revelation. And all this without sacrificing a sincere kindness and willingness to help, or work with others. It's this balance that helps her stand apart from her peers. And if her motivation and integrity weren't enough, these traits are also contagious. Our one-on-one discussions, always characterized by that gentle intensity, have always been instrumental in how I have taught 8th grade this year. Her questions and curiosity shed light on areas of my own lessons that I may have overlooked. There is an active and understanding give and take. She is the kind of student we can all learn from and grow with, and that's a particular kind of excellence from which we all benefit. Congratulations, Sienna. I'm honored to send you a testament.
And for this award, I am speaking on behalf of Mrs. Keith, who couldn't be here today. Coming to a new school is hard. Coming to a new school in 8th grade is really hard. Coming to a new school in 8th grade in the middle of a global pandemic is horrifically hard. But that's the reality that many of our 8th grade students have found themselves in this year. If you are in grade 8 and you are new to ISD this year, raise your hand. I want to say to all of you that your grade 8 teachers are proud of the resilience and courage that you have shown throughout this year. And it wasn't always easy, but you did it. We can say the same for the 7th, but they're moving on. Today, I would like to recognize one particular newbie, Chris Titus. Moving to Dakar was Chris's family's first move overseas. We are so thankful that he landed in A1A. In the midst of all the chaos that this year has brought, Chris has remained as positive as he was on the first day of school. He walks in the room the same way every day, with a warm hello and immediate action to put down the chairs and get the room ready for his classmates. If Layla hasn't already beaten him to the task. strives for excellence in all of his subjects, often going beyond the expectations. He is willing to contribute and engage in class and advisory, even for the tougher topics, and he has reached past his comfort zone in many regards this year. Chris and his classmates haven't always seen life from the same point of view. In fact, some of our most interesting conversations have come from discussing our different perspectives. But we have all grown in our empathy and compassion towards one another and can appreciate each other without judgment, or our unique and diverse ways of approaching life. Chris, my hope is that you will always have the desire to understand and to empathize, and that you continue to grow into a young man of character and kindness. Congratulations on receiving.
Thank you to all the presenters, and thank you students, and congratulations to our JAG Excellence Award winners. Creativity, open-mindedness, responsibility, and excellence. We, the faculty at ISD, count ourselves very fortunate to get to work with students like each and every one of you in this room right now. Students with the breadth and the depth of excellence in our values and principles of ISD. Congratulations to all the recipients of the JAG Excellence Award. Let us all, as the ISD community, always strive for excellence in every area. Thank you for attending. Thank you for those at home viewing. And what we're going to do now is we're going to excuse you, but we're going to do this by section. So we'll start with the students in the balcony. You can go back to your class. Thank you. Classes seated in the back of the bottom floor of the theater. .3, you guys can head back. 8.2, you can head back. And 8.1. Have a great day.
grade 6 welcome. We're really happy to have you here. We're really happy to be in the theater. We have the Middle School JAG Excellence Awards today, and we've just finished with grade 7 and 8. Because of the spacing requirements in the theater, we couldn't have you all together as a middle school. And last year, what we had was a virtual ceremony. It was done online. We think it's much better for us to celebrate you live and in person, even though you're just amongst yourself as grade 6. So welcome to today. We have teachers over here on my left-hand side, and today they're going to recognize about 5 of you and ways in which you've shown excellence as seen through our guiding statements. I think you guys know that we value as a school creativity, open-mindedness, responsibility, and excellence in all of those areas. And as a school, we also value academic achievement, achievement in athletics, achievement in the arts, service, as well as leadership. And so today when you're listening, listen for the teachers talking about you as a class, because even though we're recognizing individuals today, the excellence you see on stage is a function of you as a group as well. So those who are recognized, please make sure to be appreciative of your classmates, because as a community we help each other do better. And as you listen, please also be appreciative of teachers. As students, you guys are doing and responsible for most of your success, but the teachers are there to help you as well. And so please keep in mind that the community includes not just the classmates, but your teachers as well, and your parents as well, who are listening in and watching online. And so today, to begin, I think Miss Riley is our first presenter. Thank you. Miss Leslie Toe is our first presenter. Please, if you would, welcome her to the stage.
Oh my gosh, I can take my mask off? Hi guys. Alright, so first student. Glass half full. Glass half full means that you are optimistic and you look for the good in life. This student is definitely a glass half full student. The first time I met her, it was my very first day of teaching at ISD. I had no idea where anything was. I didn't know where I was supposed to go. I had to eat my lunch with my hands because I didn't know that you had to bring your own utensils, and I was starving and I'd ordered food. So I just ate the food that I'd ordered with my hands, and my colleagues were staring at me like, I'm hungry. The internet wasn't working in class, so we couldn't use the timed writing app that I wanted to use. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I just passed out line paper and I asked the kids to write about their day, and I just used the timer on my phone. And I did the exercise with them because I felt I also needed a debrief. At the end, I shared my timed writing, and the class indulged in the details of my awful day. I'm pretty sure they thought it was funny, but they probably also felt sorry for me. Some of them volunteered to also share their writing, and this student was one of them. As she read what she had written, it was revealed that she wrote, quote, I like Miss Leslie, she seems nice. I think this class is going to be fun. And just like that, my glass filled, and my day went from awful to awesome. That is the impact the student has had in our classroom this year, and it has been magical. Since that day, I've come to know the incredible aptitude of the student in both creative and academic writing. She wrote the most emotional and sensitive account of her mother's difficult transition from career woman to motherhood. She wrote it with so much empathy and conviction that it reminded me of my own transition to motherhood. But she's only a 6th grader. Her personal narrative, inspired by her love for her father, further demonstrated her incredible depth of emotion and passion for creative writing. Her academic writing further demonstrates the type of maturity, depth of analysis, and engagement one expects from a student many years older. Most recently, I noticed that this student was one of the few grade 6 students to submit a poem for the ISD Literary Magazine, as well as to be credited for having edited the other grade 6 entry, demonstrating not just personal excellence, but generosity and her willingness to help others reach excellence. Most people in life will focus on why things are so bad and why things can't be done. Most of the students, most of us are glass half empty. Not this student. This student embraces challenges, finds solutions, is activated by a pure joy for learning, is genuinely excited to learn, and throws herself into every task with everything she has. The result is nothing short of inspiring. Nune Ruiz Grohl, thank you for filling our cups every day this year.
can tell all those in your ordinary world that you have claimed a reward along the way, a JAG Excellence Award. Congratulations. So there are times when as a teacher, you're surprised by the contrast between how a student behaves in class and the work they turn in. This student is often quiet, pensive, reflective, mostly quiet when it comes to speaking in class. But when it comes to writing, he is not quiet at all. He is loud, he has lots to say, and he puts a lot of thought and care into how he wants to say it. Little did I know that this otherwise quiet and shy student would inundate me with the most amazing, thoughtfully crafted, emotional stories about his family members and his own personal experiences when writing creatively. Little did I know that his analysis of The Giver, Inside Out, and the hero's journey in Sundiata Keita would make me think more critically about my own convictions around memory, identity, and universal story patterns. Sometimes it is the quietest person in the room who is the most powerful, and this student has proven that to be the case time and again this year, not only in his academic work, but in how he has reached out to welcome and care for newcomers to our community, helping and guiding them. We don't often speak about how many of our students are multilingual, and how for many of us, myself included, English is not a first language, but a second. For this student, English is not even a second language, it is a third. And yet his love of learning, writing, and communicating has led him to be one of the most expressive and proficient writers in grade 6. His persistence and drive and relentless desire to tell his story well and in the way he sees it and feels it shines through, page after page, phrase after phrase. I'm inspired by his passion, dedication, his beautiful, emotive, descriptive storytelling, and I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have been a part of his academic journey this year. Theo Malduzik, you truly Let's see if you guys can guess who this is. Ms. Leslie, what do you mean it can only be 10 pages long? What about 13? Can you just look at my story again? Wait, no, don't. It's bad. Wait, no, it's bad. No, don't look at it. No, please. Okay, you can look at it now. Okay, I need feedback. Wait, no, I'm gonna fix this one thing and then you can look at it. Okay, now you can look at it. Did you look at it? Can you look at it again? I need more feedback, Ms. Leslie. Ms. Leslie? This student is not quiet, and her written work isn't quiet either. Her hand is permanently raised, and her eyes accusingly glare if I don't allow it to go back down. In a class where not everyone embraces challenges all the time, this student loves it, is invigorated by it, and doesn't shy away from letting everyone know just how much she thrives on it. It is just the energy we need to remind us why we are all here. To evolve. And it is in mirroring the spirit of this student that we can all do just a bit of that. Did you accuse her of being a nerd? Well, she just retorted and told you that, you didn't see it coming back at you so fast. Watch yourself, because she doesn't play, and she doesn't care if you like it or not. Relentless in her pursuit of excellence and perfection, she has written a wide range of original, riveting stories that reflect her dynamic nature and outlook on life. She thoroughly approaches her academic writing to ensure her arguments are sound and well supported with evidence. And I have no doubt, Karabo, that one day you will win the actual Oscar for your screenwriting. I have no doubt you will one day win the actual Oscar, but for the time being, you might just have to be satisfied with the Ms. Leslie Oscar version for your screenplay. And no, it can't be more than 10 pages. Come on, come on.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think everybody knows me. I'm very pleased today to be here on behalf of all the ISD teachers to present this student with the Jack Excellent Award. That students deserve so much. But this morning, I received an email. I think it was about 7:20. And then the button, panic mode, switched on. That student was not coming to school. And I thought, no, it's not possible. What can I do? How am I going to make sure that she comes today? So I went to my back and I looked for her mom's phone number. And I sent her a message. And her mom is probably here now looking. And she had a doctor appointment. I said, I'm sorry, but can you please try to maybe change this appointment? And she answered back maybe 2 minutes later and she said, yes, I will. And yes, it's you, Mia. That you had all the qualities required to receive this well-deserved award. You're usually a quiet and reserved student, often going unnoticed, but you also know how to make yourself heard when needed, especially when sensitive topics deep to your heart are raised. Mia, you're a hard-working student. You're always on task, always giving your best. You work not only to do well, but to reach excellence. You might be only 12, but your heart is so big, Mia. And you're so mature and so responsible for your age. You're always so empathetic towards people around you, and you want to help whenever it's possible. However, you're determined and persevering. Here are some comments from your teachers. She absorbs every instruction like a sponge, and she gives her best at all she does. She's a model student that cares about others and is always looked up by her peers. She is a creative thinker who examines multiple perspectives and contemplates the implications. Mia is courageous, and she always stands up for what she believes in. She's willing to take a stand against injustice. In science, she is class-driven, detail-oriented, and has a thirst for knowledge and understanding. Often she takes an optional extension class to deepen her learning and understanding. Mia, you also have great passion in life. One of them is scuba diving. and you're slowly but surely becoming a confident diver. Mia, you're also a voice to others on environmental issues, and I like to see you engaging in discussions and debate about the topic. I admire your determination, your passion, and the energy you put when you know that your action, but also the one of others, can make a difference. I also know you as the animal whisperer, always rescuing and trying to give a new chance in life to some animals in need. Mia has changed the destiny of many animals in the car, and she will carry on this mission wherever she goes, and there is no doubt about this. Mia, I wanted to make this day even more special, and I know that you really like Beanie Boos, and I found one for you, and your mom is probably smiling now. It is here. On her little ID tag, she's called Leona, and she's born on November 18th. And I hope this little jaguar, because it is a jaguar, will help you to remember this special day and how special you are. Mia, I'm proud, I'm so proud, yes, to be here today in behalf of all the ISD teachers to give you this JAG Excellent Award that you deserve so much.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to tell you something. I don't feel comfortable at all speaking in front of the public, but I have to be here because of the person I'm going to give the award. I've chosen to talk about this young lady because of her outstanding efforts in the classroom, her bright contributions to class discussions, and her being a role model of academic excellence. Though those are definitely traits that shone through very quickly after I have had the chance of being a French teacher this year. Exceptional virtue and brightness are two components of the JAG excellence, but what allows Addison to truly satisfy the high expectations that I have for her is an incredible consistency in what she brings as a student. Addison is never fully satisfied with attaining one of the highest grades of the class. She never stops striving and evolving as a learner, which are qualities that I strongly believe will allow her to rise up and overcome many of the challenges that will stand in her way. It takes significant balance as a person to be able to continually challenge oneself and always reach for improvement, especially at such a young age. And I have no doubt that this person, Addison, given that she will continue on the path of always perfecting and challenging herself, will be capable of great fruition. Addison, thank you for being who you are and for being such a great addition to our French class. Thank you. That is the end of our Excellence Awards. So many of you are excellent, but let's just clap for the 5 recipients today. When I was listening to the speeches, I really thought all of this grade deserves an award for many different things. And you guys should know that you've all challenged yourself this year. I remember seeing you all come in confused, not knowing what to do, having trouble following directions, having trouble getting places on time, having trouble managing, to bring your homework in, and you guys have grown so much as a grade. I'm very proud of you all. I'm very proud to be your grade level leader, and I think you should all give yourselves a round of applause for all that you've accomplished this year and all of your growth as a 6th grade. It's always nice to end the year with these kind of ceremonies because they kind of light fires in students to work hard and to focus. Next year, you guys are in 7th grade, and we still are going to have all of the same challenges, and you're all going to be able to prove yourselves as excellent athletes, excellent artists, excellent students, excellent community members, because all of you are excellent in a different way. So thank you all for coming, and I'm going to dismiss you back to your classes. We will start with 8-2 in the back. 6-2. I'm not sending you to 8th grade yet. 6-3 in the back. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Ryan Johnny. Okay, 6-2. Sorry, you can go now. Enjoy music class. And 6-1, you guys were in art. Just wait for them, and then you guys can go. You guys can go. 6-1.
Back.